Hello, everyone. This is Shelly with Coffee, Anxiety, and Love, HHR Indigenous Arts, and Luna Fitness Evolution. How's everybody doing today? It is August something or another. I don't know. First week in August, full week in August, whatever. And the days just seem to keep going faster and faster. I don't know what to do, but we have been doing the best that we can. CJ's been working like crazy to finish up, his list of chores that he needs to do because we need to be out of here by September. So I've been tasked with cleaning up and organizing us and getting us ready to get back on the road. We're going up to North Dakota mid-September, kind of like the beginning of September. So we're going up to North Dakota to go work a sugar beet farm it's a 2-week harvesting stint, but the 2 weeks could happen within the time frame of the whole month of October. And that's because there could be weather delays, there could be too much rain, too much snow, too hot, too cold. The beets have to be in the right temperature to move them around and get them piled up to get them ready for freezing in wintertime. So they got a small window to work. So today today's Friday, I was going to sit and look and see if we can get ourselves lined up for some more work. We saw a really cool, we want to get out of Texas, but we do want to do some cool work camping jobs, kind of like first off. So we saw a really cool listing in Port Aransas, which is by the water, decent water, not Galveston water. So that'll be kind of neat if we can work in an RV park, and it's all year round. It's part-time and full-time. Part-time during winter, of course, because the water's a little bit colder out here, but it's not cold. And then full-time come, of course, spring, summer season, all that, when everybody's out of school and vacationing and things like that. So we thought that would be pretty cool if we can get into the Port Aransas position. We have to submit applications and a resume and all this other stuff, so we'll see what happens with that. The other thing is, if we can't get Port Aransas, I have to go and look and see what other work amping jobs are out there. Okay, yeah, sorry. I had to go change the water around, but, it's hot. Yeah, so I'm currently looking for working opportunities on the road, either for couples or individuals, depending on which one of us qualifies for the work. The way I'm looking at it is we do couple gigs, and we don't want to do those long term. We want to do it maybe 2-3 months at the max. And then if there's a job that's out there for me, I can do full-time or part-time depending on what the position is. I'm good with that. And since I'm working and CJ's not going to be, he can focus more on HHR and getting some more artwork done, which is really what he's wanting to focus on a lot, is get some more artwork done and get us out there. The other thing is, if he has to work full-time, then I have to figure out what kind of artwork I need to do, what I need to do for Luna Fitness, what I need to do for, I'm still doing doing the blog for YouTube, and then kind of doing the social media, Facebook, TikTok, all that other stuff, but not really too concerned on it. I'm putting a lot of focus into YouTube and looking into the option of going into Pinterest. Now, I know a lot of people might not be using Pinterest, but the older generation is, and that's kind of what older generation that's kind of where my target audience is anyway, since I am the older generation. I'm Gen X, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'm trying to focus on everybody, but you are where you are at your time, and you relate to who you relate to when you say things, when you do things, when you're out there doing what you need to do. The other thing I wanted to try to do is maybe a Sunday morning talk and just go live on YouTube or TikTok, probably YouTube. It's going to be a little bit, like if you need to air some stuff out, maybe YouTube would be the better option, because maybe a lot of people don't know you on YouTube versus TikTok or your social media posts. So I haven't decided where, but I really want to open it up for people to be able to just talk and air out feelings, emotions, stress, questions on things that have been going on in their life and they need help or advice. And sometimes it just takes talking to people. And sometimes it helps talking to a perfect stranger, because they have no ties to you and they're going to be really biased, and unfortunately that's good and that's bad, because nobody ever tells the full story or the whole story or all the truth. So it could, do however you need it to do on that front and be whatever it needs to be for you. But it's just going to be talk. I haven't decided completely where I want to go with that, but I'm still thinking. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens. But other than that, we are still getting ready for the road. We are doing a whole bunch of stuff, and I want to do a separate video on things that I'm doing as the homemaker and getting us ready, because CJ doesn't have time to think about all this. And I keep telling him, I want to make my own money, I want to do my own thing, this and the other. But honestly, with him working full time, there really needs to be somebody who's doing all the other stuff, because cooking out here doesn't take 20-30 minutes. Cleaning up out here doesn't take 20 or 30 minutes. And the day just goes by so fast after I start doing certain things. And I'll get up in the morning, we do our cacao, our tea, our water, whatever we're going to do. Then we start working. My start working is either go out and do a workout real quick or go do my walk. And I'm doing that maybe 2-3 times a week right now. And then I'll start coming into the kitchen area, cleaning up, doing what I need to do, getting us ready, figuring out what we're going to have for the day, pulling out whatever we need to defrost, and then sitting down, doing emails, doing, posts, making videos, doing whatever, and then making sure the dogs are okay, making sure the plants are okay. Typically he gets up early and starts watering everything, and I'm kind of just like making sure everything else looks all right around here. Making sure we have water to drink. We have cold water. I like to keep cold water. And I know it sounds trivial and real easy, but when you don't have full-on running water in your home or in your trailer, not because we can't, we just don't have a long enough hookup to do that. So I have to go and I have to get the buckets, I have to get the water, I have to bring it back. So it takes a little bit of time to do things around here. And is it hard? Yes, it's hard. Is it going to be worth it? For sure. Do I like it? No, not really. But I understand the end game. And it took me a long time to get there. It took me a very long time to understand the end game of where we are, what we're doing, and where we're going to end up. And in between trying to figure all that out and being angry because it was just so hard to do things out here, and being frustrated and mad and just hating CJ, hating the world, then I started, kind of clicking and getting things together. And then when that happened, I started understanding, we're going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. What about my kids? And then I started having the mommy guilt. Like, I'm doing so good. I'm happy. I have all this, all this gratefulness around me, everything that I need and I want. And what about my kids? My kids are out there struggling. My kids are doing this. But my kids need to go through their own path and do whatever they need to do to figure out their way, because I can tell them we're doing this, that, and the other, and this is the end game. This is where we want to be, and it's going to be great. No, we're not going to have the fancy things or the shiny things or whatever, but we're going to have just what we need. And we're going to be able to get what we want here and there. And to push that and push that and push that and keep telling them this, it's going to push them away from what we're doing. So I started trying to move past the mommy guilt. So yeah, I started trying to push past the mommy guilt. I haven't got completely through it. And I just take it day by day now and pray that my kids will end up seeing everything that I have sacrificed, because this has been a major sacrifice for me. A major sacrifice. And like I said, it took me a long time to see the end game. And it got really rough for CJ and I. At one point, we even discussed living apart for a while. And it just got really, really hard. And I knew it was me that needed to figure out what I wanted, what I needed, and if I really wanted to take this ride. And I found out deep down inside that I really do want to be here. And I really do feel like this is the right place. Not so much where we are right now, but just being on the road and moving around and finding our own space and being able to build what we want and make it a community how we see fit for us. That is what I look forward to every day. I keep remembering, this is where we're going to end up. This is where we're going to end up. And all this will be for that. And it's the same as everybody out there working a 9 to 5 for 40, 50, 60 years of their life, and then finally getting to retire, come home and enjoy everything they've done for a few years. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to have a few years to enjoy what I want. I want to have time with my kids, time with my grandkids, the ability to say, yeah, come visit me. We're here, come stay and get away for a little while, And if they feel like they want to come and, make their own little community there, then, great. Come on, let's do it. The more the merrier. Because then I have my kids around me, and then I am truly happy at that point. And I know everything will come the way it needs to, when it needs to, and how it needs to. And I have to have faith in that. And I have to envision that every day, because if you don't see where you want to be and you don't know where you want to be, then how can you get anywhere? So I have to visualize every morning and every night my home, my piece of land, what we're doing, where we're going, and how we're going to do all this. Because if I don't, it will never come about. So I know we're in the right place right now. I know we're going in the right direction. I know it's going to be fucking hard, like so freaking hard. But again, it just has to be hard for a little while. And we've only been on the road for a year and a half. So there's a lot of people out there who have been on the road 5, 6, 7 years and are just now getting to the point where they're getting ready to get their land, start building, start doing what they want. So if it takes us another year or so to get there, I don't see that as being a big deal. Yeah, I want it right now. Yes, of course I do. I want my house, I want my land, I want my kids with me. Yes, of course I do that. I want that right now. But unfortunately, the way the economy is, the way things are happening, it can't be that way right now. There's just, right now, people like us have to fight so hard for every little thing. And it breaks my heart that we have to. Not so much for me. I worry about my grandkids and my grandbabies and what kind of government economic system is going to be out there for them if they choose to stay in the big city and live their lives like that. It hurts my heart to know that you can't do it on your own anymore. I don't care what anybody says. You can't do it on your own anymore. You just can't. these kids don't have a chance. And if I don't at least give them a place, an out when they need it, so they can try to get back on their feet, then I'm not doing my job. And that's what we're focusing on right now, is just getting to where if the kids need to be somewhere, they'll have somewhere to go. Because it's been a struggle for us too, and we didn't have babies to feed. It was just CJ and I, and for the past 4 or 5 years that we've been together, actually together and working together and financing together, it's been about 4 years. It's been a struggle from day one, with both of us having decent jobs, and then not so much losing the jobs, but seeing a vision and starting a vision. When we started that vision, we were in a good place, financially, and then all this other stuff started happening and just drained everything we had. And I don't think we're the only ones. I don't think we were the only ones that got drained because of the way the economy is. So we can't sit here and keep crying about it and getting stressed off about it and fighting about it, because all that's not helping it. All that's not getting us anywhere. And this is how we do it. This is how we get somewhere. We just have to push and keep going. As hard as it's going to be, we have to push and keep going. And we'll get there. So, like I said, I think I'm going to do a separate video maybe about how we're getting ready to get out of here. And that may come within the next week or so, that we're getting down to the wire on having to get things cleaned up and moved around. So we'll start doing little videos on that. So love you guys. Have a great day. I hope y'all have a great weekend, and I do hope that you get out to do something fun, especially if you have family and you haven't seen them in a while. Definitely get together with them. Love you guys.